Welcome to the debrief. I'm here actually in the pub with the Nelson twins, Chris and Justin, and even though I'm an identical twin myself, I can never tell you apart. So, Chris, Justin, wrong way.
No, you got it right, Dave.
Chris
well
and
done.
Justin. So you just put some. My wife's into that stuff. Essential oils.
Essential oils. Yes.
So you're the vegan one.
That's right.
Oh, man, you're into the holistic stuff. This is really interesting because Chris and Justin have been on the podcast before ages ago.
Sorry, I'll just pull you up there,
Yeah.
Dave. I'd just like to thank you for actually inviting me this time because last time
Oh.
we were supposed to do the podcast, it was just Chris.
Oh, did I do it on my own?
Yeah, you did it without me.
We come back from Albury or somewhere with Bev.
This
no,
rings
that was
a bell
Geelong.
now.
Well, gee, it was a while ago though.
I
And then
apologise.
we wanted to see the kangaroo.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah.
But I'd forgotten because that would be one of the very few things
You've done
I do.
separately.
without you. So
Oh well,
Are
Don't
you
worry.
all right?
yeah, I'm grateful for being here. Thank you.
This podcast is not massively popular or anything, but it's interesting because your twin. People that haven't seen the Nelson twins, they look exactly the same, and that's the act is that they're twins, and I'm a twin.
There is more to the act than just
Well, that's
that.
true. That's true. You're right. There's jokes. There's jokes in the story. You don't just walk out and go, "This is us." All right, thanks for that, guys.
It wasn't me, it was him. That's the gist of our act.
We did a minute. It was pretty good. No, you're right. There's stuff going on. The great act. A really great act. A great act is Trump. A really great act. Really great act. But it's interesting because even though you are twins, you are different, though. This is I find with my twin brother. As you grow up, you just get called the twins, don't you? You're just like not an individual.
We spent our whole teenage years trying to be different.
Yeah, that's
And
interesting.
then in our mid-20s, we decided that we needed to be the same
You're
again.
kind of similar. Both teachers, both like cricket.
Yep. I'm not a vegan, though.
No, you're not a vegan.
I'm not a vegan.
Yeah, that's interesting. My twin brother's really skinny, and I'm really fat. So it's just putting it 20 kilos of difference.
Wow.
So has there ever been a big weight difference between you guys, or?
There's never too much of a weight difference. We do have to watch it, though. Justin keeps pretty fit. I've had to cut out sugar
Yeah.
because I can't cut out meat. There is no
No.
way in the world I can cut out meat
No.
permanently. I can eat some vegan
Yeah,
meals at Justin's house. There is a little weight difference, I reckon, every Christmas. You come back from overseas and you're always a couple of kilos too heavy and you've got to work really hard to get back down to my level again.
Yeah. And interesting because they reckon twins either, I read this in a book once, they either separate, like me and my twin's in Europe, or they stay sort of close together. But you're in different states now, aren't you? You're in different.
We live in
yeah.
different states. I live in Queensland. Justin's here in Victoria.
Yeah.
A little bit of a break is nice.
Oh, I reckon. Yeah.
How do you find being so far away from your brother?
Yeah, I only miss him when I see him, which is interesting because you know we didn't try to be different. We were in a band together. We lived in a shared house together. Went to different unis, but same school. Yeah, we weren't that different really. When I started comedy 36 years ago, he went overseas for the Red Cross and stayed. You know what I mean? So
the band, can I ask, what was the name of the band?
Noiseworks.
Noiseworks. Hey, do you mind if we interview you on your own podcast?
Noiseworks. No, that's a joke. That's right. That's my joke. Noiseworks are obviously very famous. No, Captain Coco we were called.
Captain Coco.
Yeah. Captain Coco. And we started in Scouts, and we were from the Mitcham Ringwood area. It was actually, if we look at band photos, we were before our time. We were very multicultural. We had an Indian guy, an Asian guy, an Egyptian guy. Because, it's pretty white in
Very
those areas.
diverse.
Yeah, very diverse band. And the Indian guy was very dark, Terence, and he would wear a captain's hat, and he goes, "I'm Captain Coco." I'm like, well, that wouldn't...
Might not fly these days.
Exactly. You see, even back then we're going, you don't have to wear the hat, mate. You're not actually the captain. It's just a name we came up with. But yeah, no, we're in bands and all that. And anyway, we split up and he went overseas. So yeah, but that's what my wife always says. Oh, it would have been good if he was here, because the kids are similar age. And when the kids, interesting, got two older brothers. We're the only brothers with daughters. So the daughters, a similar age, get together and go on really well, but they only see each other once every couple of years, So
Well, Justin and I, our two boys, just coincidentally, are 6 weeks apart in age.
wow.
And people often think that we did that on purpose. Like we sat down and had a conversation and said, "Oh, hey."
I'm going to have a root on Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. But it just panned out that way. And
And do they get on well? Or?
yeah, they're great.
cousins.
They're hanging out together now. I'm down here at Justin's place for 2 weeks and I brought my son down.
Are they both only children? You've got an only child.
Oh, mine's only child.
You've got a few, haven't you?
I've got a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh, that's good. For an only child, cousins are important.
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. Yeah.
But, you know, when we grew up, if you were an only child, particularly in the country or the outer suburbs, something went wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, mum died or something. Like, why is that kid by himself? Now,
Yep.
there's so many only children around. There's bloody hundreds
it's
of
all
them.
parents can afford these days.
Yeah, and they have them later in life.
Later in life.
Anyway, so the Nelson twins are here. We did a gig the other night at Spleen, and so we can talk about that.
Yeah, we've done loads of different gigs during the comedy festival, but we did gig together the other night
At Spleen.
at the Spleen bar.
Yeah,
and I remember you coming in and saying, "Oh, I don't mind going on before you."
Yeah,
if
I
you
did the
don't
old
mind."
trick. I
And
did the old trick.
there was absolutely no way in the world that I was going to have Dave O'Neill, 36 years of comedy, go out and slay 10 minutes before we went on. So
we had the word from the host, Bron Lewis, that the crowd weren't that great. But, you know what? They were great for you.
You were great.
They were great for us, you guys too.
yeah, we had a good gig, but you were great. But I didn't want to follow you.
Yeah, well, I've tried that trick before and it works on some people. I drove to I was at Edenhope with Des Dowling and he always goes, I'll go on first. And I'm going, mate, I reckon you should go on last. I've been doing radio, I'm a bit tired. And also, you do all that crowd work. And he's like, nah. And it plays to people's egos. Yeah, you're right. No, sure. Yeah, no, I'll be fine. Then he goes to me, 10 minutes to watching me, he's like, shit, why don't I let him go on first? I did say to Des, though, because, you know, Des does heaps of crowd work. He talks to literally everyone, and he actually walks around. He gets off the stage and walks around now and goes, look at these blokes. And I don't do that. I just sort of stay on the stage. I said, I'll talk to 3 people, Des, and I'll leave the rest for you. Which I did. I stuck to my word, you know. But
Yeah, there are some comedians that are just too hard to go on after. And
oh, man.
you're one of them,
Oh,
Dave.
not really.
You never have a bad gig.
No.
I've never seen you had a bad gig. I'm looking forward to the day you bomb hard. I want to be there the day you bomb.
I did
That'd be great.
Mate, I did this gig in Launceston the other day for electricians and had to MC and had to interview Again, this was a gig that Des has done, and I filled in for him. And you have to interview the regulations guy on the latest regs in electricity.
Oh,
Exciting
that'd be
stuff.
thrilling.
And then the guy goes, go into the crowd, do what Des does, And there'd been a bloke talk about mental health, and these are all apprentices. So none of them know who I am, for a start. They're all 17, 18, 19, 20. With their bosses, occasionally the bosses know me because they're my age. They're 50, 60. During the mental health guy, there were these young blokes talking, and they go and tell them to shut up. I'm like, I don't really like doing that because you're like... And it came back to bite me because I walk past these blokes, gosh, come on, the black dog bloke speaking, mate. Yeah, well, respect the mental health, mate. Talk, all right? And the kind of guy goes, oh. Anyway, and then I go into the crowd and I'm trying to, talk to people. And the same guy told to shut up, grabs my mic and goes, why are you so fat?
Did that get a laugh?
Yes,
Yeah,
but
wow.
I've got a bit of a ooh. And then I honestly, as someone said, did you do Oaksy's joke? Because every time I root your mum, she gives me a crumpet. I should have said that.
You should have.
But I just sort of, in those instances, I was so put out. I just went, I don't know. I just enjoy my food. I was just honest. And then I thought, no one sort of laughs. And I go to this fat bloke, are you offended by his comments, mate? You are offended. So I just turned it anyway. But that was a hard gig.
Did they have the mental health talk just before you went onto the stage?
Nah, there was a break.
There was a break.
I've done that before. With
haven't we all?
The black dog guy gets up and...
Yeah, or you're doing a fundraiser for someone with cancer
it's
and
terrible.
they wheel them out onto the stage and say,
that's the worst.
This guy's going to be dead in 3 months.
Yeah.
Now it's time for some comedy.
Hung Lee had the worst one at a cricket club in Bundoora or something like that. And the guy gets up, he goes, I'm going to bring you on, Hung. I've just got a bit of an announcement to make. Okay, everyone shut up. Look, we had the asthma incident today with little Simon Peters, under 16s player. Well, we've had some news. He's passed away at the hospital.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What
But I know
the
what'll
fuck?
cheer you up.
Yeah, he's
Please
Hung
welcome
Lee.
to the stage,
And
Hung
he said
Lee.
it was so... I mean, you know what I would have done? This happened to me once. I did the Royal Children's Hospital thing. Remember those function rooms on the end of that pier that you used to go and do gigs at it? And that was always hard work. It was at the end of the South Bank, kind of, I don't know, one of those areas. They closed them down because there was an earthquake or, I don't know, the pier couldn't handle the function. Anyway, they're always big cavernous rooms. Royal Children's Hospital, Peter Hitchner's hosting from Channel 9 News. And he goes, all right, you're going to do your comedy? Great. Elisa Camplin's on before you. Like, oh, what, the skier?
Ah, yeah.
The skier. And I said, what's she talking about? Why is she here? Oh, she's got kids. Oh, yeah, cool. And then the tech goes behind us, I think her baby died. I'm like, what? Sorry, what, mate? He goes, yeah, he goes, Google it. I'm like, so she gets up there. she's a lovely person too. She goes, oh yeah, I'm going to tell my journey of me and my baby that passed away, and gets the husband up crying, and then she goes, we're going to finish with a slideshow of my baby and the experience, and they played Did You Know You Were My Hero? Everyone's crying. Peter Hischer comes up, he's bawling. I'm like bawling. He goes, I'm going to bring you straight on. I went, no. I said, Peter, we're going to have a break now. We're going to have dinner, and then I will go on. And even then, it was hard. At that stage, I had little kids and everything. My kid did this, and you feel bad. But
you're known in the industry for pulling rank, Dave.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Right.
Yeah, telling event organisers that we're going to a break, but we need to take a bit of a leaf out of Dave's book.
You know what? There's better guys at it. Like Hughesy. Kitty Flanagan has done the Cobra gig for 10 years. But, when she used to do them, yeah, she would pull rank, definitely. But Hughesy also, he's a bit better than me at it.
Yeah, I suppose with Hughesy, he'd be able to book and have a small time frame that he says he's going to be there. Whereas we turn up an hour before and they say, we're just going to bring you guys on when we're serving dinner.
Oh, yeah, I would say nah.
Yeah, you don't mind if all the plates and the...
Yeah, even at this stage, I've gone on and I've walked on stage and I've seen plates. I've got, I forgot to tell them. Because you've got to tell them every time, don't.
The worst we had... We were halfway through a gig and the pizza delivery driver turned up, walked straight into the middle of the room while we're on stage and said, I've got 10 pizzas here, and just destroyed us. It went downhill real quick.
The Deer Park Hotel on the Eyes with Hughesy, supporting Hughesy, and 2 double doors open behind me on stage. I didn't even know there were doors there. And this old lady walked over on a Friday night, 2 massive plates of mini dim sims, and just walked past me into the crowd. I'm like, no.
You can't compete with a dim sim.
No, because they throw them too. They eat them and they're thrown. All I could hear was Hughesy laughing up the back of the... Because they bounced off me. Yeah, you got to be... those kind of gigs, you got to...
Yeah, all sorts of things can go on. I believe only yesterday or the day before, a comedy friend of ours, Tommy Seagate.
The great man,
Tommy.
Who is actually the nicest guy. So
sweet dude. I believe there was a fight in the middle of his show, which has happened to us before as well.
What sort of gig? Was it a footy club or...?
I don't know if it was a footy club, whether it was...
Tommy's gig was his festival show, I think.
Oh my God, they had a fight?
Yeah, there was a fight. But that has happened to us before as well. 15 years ago, we were doing a gig at the Corowa Football Club.
Corowa,
yes. Down on the Murray there. And there was a fight in the back of the room, and Justin and I, early days of our comedy career, got a little bit scared. What do we do? And if that happened now, we wouldn't change anything. We'd stay on stage and we'd commentate it.
Yeah,
It's going to get awkward, or you just got to call it how it happens.
Remember that gig that I think CJ ran at sort of a hostel in South Melbourne? It was a hostel gig, there was a guy kept kicking some guy's seat when I was on. He punched him. But it all sort of happened so quickly. I didn't even know what had going on. And someone said, you realise a guy got his head punched while you were on stage? But I tell you what, Lawrence Mooney people have had people die. Moonman had a guy at the Bell Tavern in Belgrave die.
Went into cardiac arrest in the middle of his set.
Yeah. So good.
Moonman's an edgy comic. It might have tipped him over the edge.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's amazing the things you have to contend with.
Yeah, it's tough. But you know what? See, this is I was going to talk to you about because I'm doing the gala tonight. I haven't done the gala for ages, but with Glenn Robbins. So Glenn Robbins, because it's a 40-year celebration of the Comedy Festival.
Are you hosting?
No, we're doing a spot. And so they asked Glenn to do it, and the woman goes, why don't you do it with Dave? And he's like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. And Glenn goes, oh, do you want to do the gala? I'm like, yeah. I go, but we're not Leyland Woodley. We're not the Nelson. We don't have an act.
You did not say the Nelson Twins when you were...
Well, Glenn may not know who you are, so I probably said that to Carl Chandler or someone who knows who you are. So
you guys are doing the gala as a double act?
Yeah, we've been rehearsing. We did 3 gigs yesterday. And so we've got a great ending because he does the cow walk. He explains how to do the cow walk. But the start is a bit whatever. But we'll see what
You'll
happens.
Just wing it on the night.
Yeah, but also as he goes, if we get cut, we don't care. So he's like, yeah, Glenn goes, the aim is to get cut. That's the aim to get cut.
Well, I'm looking forward to that coming out. When can we see that on TV?
Oh, soon. Wednesday. I think it comes out Wednesday and the Wednesday after on Channel 10. So we did it last night. And as Carl Chandler said, we do a bit of crowd work. And he's like, but are they going to have cameras faced at the audience? I'm like, I don't know. Hope so. He's like, well, you got to make sure of that stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah. But
I'm tipping Glenn's a little bit more worried about things than what you are. You just, it'll pan
I'm
out.
always been more easygoing. Like,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. It'll be. We did 3 run-throughs, so at different gigs. So, and when Glenn comes up, people lose their minds. So, because they're like, he's like comedy royalty.
Does he do much stand-up these
No.
days? Not much straight stand-up.
Never. No, he used to when I started, but not anymore. No, he sort of retired from that. He always goes, I'm not like you and, Des and Hughesy. You guys are like real stand-ups. I'm not as good as you guys. He gets out there, smashes it, and then comes off. Yeah, that was all right. Like, mate, they bloody love you. So, yeah, he was a good stand-up, but he just never really... He always saw himself more as a comedy actor, So...
Yeah.
That's what he likes doing. Even though he loves more hanging out with comedians than actors.
Well, you work a lot. We
do a podcast together. We've written a sitcom together, which hopefully we're getting up one day.
Do you need any twins in that sitcom?
We might.
Can you write us in?
I see you guys pop up and stuff. I saw you in Gold Diggers. You were there in the colonial times.
Yeah, little cameo in Gold Diggers. It was great.
It was good fun.
Yeah, we filmed that in Bendigo in the middle of winter.
Oof.
Yeah,
It's freaking
like
freezing.
everything that we've done, we were hoping for a second season, but it never
that
happened.
didn't get a second season. Yeah,
Along with many other projects, we never get a second season on anything we do.
Were you in something else recently? Have I seen something else recently?
Oh, we did.
We were in a science show called How to Win at Everything on National Geographic.
Oh, wow.
It was filmed about 12 years ago, and it just keeps showing up. It's on Ethiopian Airlines. You can watch it on Ethiopian
Flight
Airlines.
Entertainment, yeah. But it didn't get a second season.
But it's just
either.
gone to the Disney Channel.
Yeah, maybe that's where I've seen it.
Yeah, and Chris and I filmed that one in London. We were in London for 4 or 5 weeks, and we thought we were going to be the next David Attenborough.
That's right.
And we never got a second season.
Yeah, that's annoying, isn't it?
Sorry, I don't like to be going on about it. We did the Twin Show on Channel 9,
Yes,
Australia's Most Identical.
That's right.
That's where you would have seen us last.
And
yeah.
where's my phone call?
Well-
Australia's least identical.
I was going to say, you and your bro probably aren't going to make the top 100 most identical.
Did they rank you or?
They had a winner.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really?
They did. They had a winner.
But that was all to do with different challenges that they did,
Yeah.
questions that they asked, and did the twins give the same answer? Are they the same height, weight, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know where we rank on that.
Well, they kind of coerced us onto the show, though, didn't they? Because the money wasn't that great. And
No.
Chris and I said, well, we can't give up 4 days of filming for no cash. And they sort of sold it to us like we were going to be the leaders and we were going to do the challenges and show the others how to do it. And then when they edited it all together, it was like we were just part of the show.
Yeah, typical.
And we only filmed for half a day, so we were never going to be able to do enough challenges to meet the requirements to be the most identical.
Yeah, mate, they tell you anything to get you on.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Oh, any exposure like that's good. Gets you out there. Absolutely.
What's your sitcom about? Or you're not allowed to say?
Oh, yeah. It's just about me and Glenn working in an office, and we just hang. I'm trying to retire, and he's got nothing to do. So, and he gives me an idea of how to get out of my business, and so we just go, and it all goes pear shaped. So.
It sounds good.
Oh man, it's
What do you need? What do you need to make a pilot episode? Couple $100,000.
yeah, no, only about 50 grand.
50
to make a
grand?
pilot. I made my pilot, the Dave show. That was about 8 years ago. Yeah, you need about 50. We won't do a pilot. We're straight to series.
Straight to the series.
Mate, it's Glenn Robbins. I go, he's the green light. Isn't he the green light? That's what we always say. I keep saying, you're the green light, mate. Just, ring up Kerry Stokes or who you have to ring, and just, Glenn here, I want to do a show. But anyway, we'll see what happens. These endeavours take a while. Have you guys written a book? Did you write a book?
Yeah, we wrote a book during COVID. I think it was more out of boredom.
Yeah.
We've got 100,000 words of a book sitting on
That's
a
never
laptop.
seen the light of day.
Would you just self-publish it, like Seagate published his books, or
It's
do you want a publisher? Or
It's a possibility that we do that, but also too, and I don't know if I've discussed this with you, Justin, but during COVID, everyone had a different mindset.
yeah,
Life was a bit crazy. We were all boxed in.
Mm.
So we wrote the majority of the book during that time. And I think if we were to revisit it now, I would want to talk about different stuff.
yeah.
I feel like it was a bit negative, even though the way we structured the book is that Justin and I each wrote paragraphs of the book, but then we commented on each other's paragraphs.
Oh, funny.
It's
So I got
great.
to comment on what a piece of shit Chris was throughout his 20s.
Yeah, and I
It's
think
really hilarious.
So you tell those stories of growing up, and
some stories are growing up, but also I feel like it had more of a negative tone in the paragraphs that we were writing ourselves. And if we went back to it now, I would want to put more of a positive spin on it. 'Cause
Yeah.
we've got a different mindset now to what was happening during COVID.
100 grand's a lot of words. That's a book.
Absolutely, yeah. The book's there.
Most books are 80. Oh, that's
Yeah.
sort of, I've written a few comedy kind of books, and they're normally about 80 to 100,000 words.
Yeah, but only probably 10,000 of it's any good.
Yeah, well, that's a point. But you know what?
But you're better off to have more. But I don't think I could publish with what it's at the moment. So it's on the list to go back to. We'll go back to it.
With self-publishing these days, you just publish it and
sell them after gigs.
Sell it at gigs. Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Or you can find a publisher,
Yeah, it's
You're obviously selling stuff after gigs, Dave. Have you got an FPOS machine?
Yeah, I got a Square, but I haven't. I used to have books, but they ran out of print. The greatest thing is when you used to write a book and you get it published, and they go, we'll sell your copies for $22. Like, $22? I'm not going to make much profit. And then about 6 months later, there's some random guy rings up, "G'day, Dave, from the warehouse. We've got 2,000 of your books. We're gonna pulp them, but you want to buy them for 50 cents each, mate?" And you're like, "Yeah, 50 cents each. But drop them. I got all these books delivered to my front porch. Like, just put them on the front porch, mate." And that is the best ever. But I don't know if that happens anymore. Someone told me that doesn't happen anymore. I think that because publishing is so they can do short runs. They can just publish them in Australia. But yeah, I've got a Square, but I got, what did I get that for? Oh, I ran a few over summer. I ran a few gigs at Anglesey at the hall there. I just hired out the hall, and I got my kids to. We couldn't get an alcohol license; it was too short notice. But I got my kids to sell snacks. So
there's a market for us. After our gigs, we'll get our kids to come along.
Get the kids, mate.
Sounds like a great idea.
It's good for them, And one of my youngest son really liked it. He goes, "I really like that, Dad, talking to people." And it's good. Get them working. Get them working. Peter Rosethorn used to make his daughter do the door, and now she's a comic that supports him. We need to get these kids. Well, if you work in a cake shop, your kids will be working in there.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be recommending I tell my son not to go into comedy because he sometimes says, "Hey, Dad, do you think I could go into comedy?" I say, "Mate, do something different."
Yeah. Don't put yourself through it.
Well, well, that's funny. Well, my wife's like, "No, absolutely, you shouldn't be into comedy." I'm like, "Why not? We live in a big house. What's wrong with comedy? We've done all right. It's not that bad. There are a lot worse things to do. Comedy at least is fun."
Yeah, this is true.
I did teaching like you guys. I studied to be a teacher, and then I worked in an office. And I tell you what, you turn up Monday morning to an office at 9 a.m. to do your whatever work. You'd rather be a comedian.
Absolutely. Yeah, teaching's not a bad little side gig.
I reckon teaching, when I go in the classroom now, and I've been on school camp, I go to Mo, I reckon it'd be fun. Like, I know
you didn't teach full time. Did you do prac rounds though?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
was that enough for you to go, "Hey, that's not a career I want to get into"?
Yeah, I was really young. I was 20 when I finished the course. I've been doing that teacher's gig with Have you done any of them with Ben Knight?
Ben Knight? No, we haven't. We don't have a lot of teaching material.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you just say ex-teachers. You go on and you just go, and then you go into your usual act.
I feel like it'd be
talking about
traumatic.
dicks. Yeah.
I feel like talking about teaching.
But how often are you teaching? Like,
it all depends. We just float in and out.
CTR, the old emergency
CRT,
sorry.
supply, relief, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just float in and out. It all depends.
As Ben Knight said, he goes in his stand-up. We're not really teachers. We're like DJs to musicians. We just turn up and play other people's shit on a laptop. You know what I'm saying? That's
Exactly.
true.
And put out spot fires.
Yeah,
especially high school. You're always dealing with young teenagers that are causing problems. So a lot of the time you go into the classroom and you're just putting out spot fires.
Is it mainly PE? Do you do PE or
everything?
Oh, you do everything.
You do everything now. They're so short on teachers. You turn up and they say you're teaching science, maths, PE, English, health, cooking. They won't make you cook, but you still have to do the bookwork side of it. Yeah, it's not like the old days where you'd turn up and teach in your area. You just take whatever.
Yeah, I was primary teaching, and if you're an emergency teacher, you just turn up with the guitar. Okay, kids sing a few songs. What do you reckon, kids? Here we go.
Yeah.
No, I did the rounds and finished and went, I'm never doing that. Never. Because also back in those days, as I say, my stand-up that I've been doing with Ben, my wife said during lockdown, you've got to teach the kids in lockdown. You've got a teaching degree. And I go, number one, it's a diploma. Mine was a diploma in the 80s, and I finished it in 1985. So I'm teaching 80s style. Hitting the kids, smoking, that kind of stuff. No computers. But in my generation, depending on your marks was where you got sent. So if you were shit, you got sent to, Broken Hill or somewhere. And so all the swatty girls are like, "Oh, I'm going to Brighton. Oh, I've got Hampton." I'm like, "Yeah, I got witchy proof, And I didn't want to go. I was too young and stupid. So I just thought, nah. Nah. Because you would have been young. How old were you in the classroom? 22?
20. Nah, a little bit older. I think
23?
23, 24 when I started. Yeah, and
yeah.
I was such a young, naive kid myself, growing up in the country.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same here, though.
And I taught for 6 months back in the country, 20 minutes out of Wodonga, and then I moved to Melbourne, and it just blew my mind as a 24-year-old. Faulkner in the northern suburbs.
Yeah. Back then it would have been a bit rougher too, Faulkner.
It was rough. Yeah,
but very
the kids were good.
Very ethnic.
Oh, Lebanese, Turkish, Iraqi.
They'd be pretty well behaved, but there'd be issues.
I remember your first teaching job. You took over from a lady who was off on leave because she murdered her old man.
That's right, yeah.
What a way to get a job.
Yeah. Hey, I saw the opening.
And then what about you, Justin? What did you teach first?
I was a little bit behind Chris because I took 5 years to complete a 4-year degree.
Oh, yeah.
Failed a few subjects.
That's normal.
Yeah, I failed the same subject twice.
Yeah.
And I'm history, politics. That was my area.
Yeah, right.
I've done a lot more PE.
Where was your first job?
My first teaching job was at Yarrawonga Secondary College. I did my first ever day. It was CRT.
Oh,
I can still remember it like it was yesterday. Great country kids.
Yeah, good.
And then it was great. And then I moved to Melbourne and Chris said, I'll get you a job at Faulkner.
So you both worked at Faulkner?
Yeah.
Wow. And did that freak the kids out initially? Oh, sir, oh my God. You know, that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Initially it did.
Yeah, then they get used to it.
Yeah.
They get used to it.
I don't like teaching in the same place as Justin. Teaching's hard enough as it is.
Yeah, without that extra
without
layer.
having to worry about all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, well, I found on rounds, I went up to Talangi, which is the country up here in the mountains, and the kids were so well behaved. And then I went to like West Footscray and I couldn't control them. It's just like shit.
Yeah. Were you primary or secondary?
Primary.
Primary school.
Yeah, but you know, I was really immature. I was 17 on teaching rounds. I was so young and
Wow.
stupid. Yeah, Mum sent us to school when we were 4 or something. She
You did that with your kid.
Sent him early.
Yeah. Yes.
So our boys are the same age.
Yeah.
But Chris's young fella is in grade 6 and mine's in year 5.
Yeah, that can happen though.
Yeah. My young fella did a fair chunk of his early years of school in Thailand though, so they get him off going.
Early.
As soon as you're out of nappies, they get you going to some sort of school. I don't know what it is, but he'd already done. My boy did a year of primary school before he come over here to start primary school.
And then when he's 6, he starts working in Nana's restaurant.
Yeah,
or, like some business. They're all hard working, the Thais.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely hard working people.
Yeah.
I love the Aussies, mate. But you also do, I see on the internet you do corporate stuff, don't you?
We've got a couple of different workshops that we do.
Yeah,
we've got our corporate workshop, which is called Stand Up and Be Counted. And we've just developed a cricket one as well called The Spirit of Cricket. Yeah, so we've been going around to cricket clubs and academies and schools and speaking to kids about playing cricket in the right way.
So you're getting a bit of work with that? Or
Yeah, it's good, and it's moved into Spirit of Footy, and now we're creating a Spirit of Sport. So it's sort of just slowly evolving using our comedy skills.
One of my mates, Adams War, comedy skills in the educational.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway,
it doesn't matter.
Sorry.
I was.
He was just giving it a plug.
Yeah, fair enough. If you want to get on board with them. But one of my mates, Adams War, wrote a cricket book, and he's a cricket tragic, and he goes, every cricket book in Australia sells minimum 10,000 because there's enough cricket tragics. There's these guys that write a cricket blog, Gideon Haig, is it? Yeah, he's a cricket writer, and they do a Substack, and they make a living off it because there's so many. There's that quad-core cricket people that love it.
There's a couple of cricket podcasts too. The Grade Cricketer, is it? That are extremely popular.
I don't really follow. My wife said when I met her, best thing about me was I didn't like cricket. So it was the best thing about me because her father and brother had dominated the TV in the summer. Like this. So you don't like cricket? I'm like, no, not really. Oh my God, let's get married. But anyway, that's good.
My wife hates cricket too.
Yeah.
Absolutely hates it. And because I'm away a lot, she has to take our son to cricket. And it's 4
it's a
hours.
Long day.
4 hours
long
for
day.
junior cricket.
Yeah, I know.
Early in the morning,
mate.
Hates it.
Yeah, you know what's good? Basketball's good. Over in 50 minutes.
Yeah.
You're inside. Everyone gets to touch the ball in basketball. Like AFL, my daughter did AFL. There's always 3 or 4 stars, and the rest of the girls are just like watching, and run away when the ball comes near them. It's like, Little Aths is. Any you guys done Little Aths or?
I haven't, but I've heard some mates say that the worst thing about Little Aths is that they make you volunteer. So you've got to go stand with the clipboard in the long jump pit for 4 hours.
Yeah, on a Friday night. When everybody's there. Some guy knocks on your window. My mate told me this guy knocked on his window. Mate, you can't sit in your car. You got to get out and do some scoring. You're like, what? I'm on my phone eating a pie or something. You're like, yeah, no, that's the worst thing. And
So no booze. You can't get booze at the Little Aths on a Friday night?
No, I wouldn't think so. No, absolutely not. No.
Must turn a lot of people away.
Yeah.
I'd just prefer to have a fat kid.
Yeah, I know. Little Aths. Anyway, we can and talk about the gig we did the other night, Spleen. So I'll ask you the questions. What went well in your gig at Spleen for you guys?
The first thing that went well was that I was firm with you and said, no.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
We'll go on, Dave.
I was
it's
hoping
fine.
that you would say, yeah, no worries.
I'm just trying to think, because we've done a couple of gigs
I reckon,
there.
yeah. And we always tailor our material when it comes to doing those rooms.
Yeah, because they can be a bit hipster, kind of.
They can
be, but
Yeah.
obviously, as you know, with the comedy festival, you get such a mixed bag,
It's
such a
mainstream.
diverse range. You've
Yeah.
got all sorts of people from different
country.
parts of the world, different age groups. So and that's why your stuff's always so great and you never fail, is your jokes, you're just funny no matter who you're talking
Always,
to.
mate.
Our stuff can be a little bit
Edgy.
edgy.
The
and
thing we're battling with at the moment, Dave, is, as you know, Chris has got the Thai wife.
Yeah.
So trying to introduce the fact that Chris has a Thai wife without
yeah.
alienating the
I
audience.
tell my son about my son's 17 and he loves comedy. I tell him in the car. I'm talking to these guys, the Nelson twins, and one's got a Thai wife, and he does a joke, pad Thai, and one's like, oh, that's funny. Oh, you couldn't do that in Fitzroy, Dad. I said, yeah, well, that's it, because they don't believe you.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
So we've just done a writing session this morning, doing nearly 2 hours, just throwing out ideas, and I'm trying to find ways to break it to the audience. Otherwise, they just think, oh, here we go, some white guy on stage dropping some line about his wife being from Thailand. And
Here comes the dick joke.
I just want to scream at the audience and say, hey, this is me story. This is what I'm
real.
trying to tell you. This is real.
real.
If you could roll with me.
Yeah.
And it's a never-ending battle, but it is a challenge for us. But
Well, it is, because then I'm sure people come up to you after and go, is that true? You've got a Thai wife?
absolutely.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
true.
I'm trying to establish that early on. And anyway, it's
Yeah,
a work
hard
in progress.
to work out how to do that. Whether you
Yeah.
go, no, we met. Maybe you tell the story of how you met. I don't know. But
Yeah.
then again, you want it to be funny too. So.
Exactly, you want it to be funny, and also Justin and I do mostly one-liners, so
Yeah,
you've got a small amount of time to try and get that point across,
Yeah.
and you've got to be funny at the same time.
Yeah.
But, we'll get there.
Exactly.
Exactly. We'll go another 40 years and
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
What didn't go well at the gig? Anything not go well?
You've been trying loads of new gear, Chris, haven't you?
I have been trying heaps of new stuff.
Well, why not? That's the perfect time to try it.
10-minute spots.
And
I
also,
just try and weave some
Carl
stuff
Chandler, who runs the gig, wasn't around, so he's not up the back staring at you going, "Who the fuck was that? What was that shit you did?" Like, I love doing his rooms, but I love it when he's away, so then he's not watching me.
I don't think he listens to this podcast, does he?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, just trying to run some new stuff.
Yeah.
Different topics away from twin stuff as well. Just trying to have some fun and play around with things and build up the bank of jokes.
Yeah, you want to get a good 40 an hour or whatever in your back catalogue.
Oh,
so you
we
can
just want,
bring
and
it out.
also a bit of corporate. It's nice to just have some
clean stuff.
some cleaner
I know.
stuff.
I struggle too, though. I go and they go, "Oh, no, swearing, no, this is." And I go, "Yeah, no worries." I sit down through my set. Me and Brad Oakes did Narra Court. We did a podcast on the way home, it was an outdoor festival in country South Australia supporting the Whitlams, the band. As I said to him, there were just some routines I weren't finishing. I'm like, and then anyway, okay. You see like a 12-year-old looking up at you. You're like, anyway, we'll move on from that. So I reckon we all struggle with that.
See, we can't stop halfway through a joke because our jokes are so short.
Yes, and you're relying on sort of set up punch. Were there any organisational hazards got in the way at Spleen? How was the room?
The second microphone, that's always a trouble for us.
Yes, we did. Me and Glenn Robbins, my new double act, we did Spleen last night. And, of course, the second mic wasn't working initially.
Yeah. Do you know how many gigs we've done this festival where we've turned up and I've said to the guy at the bar, just making sure you've got the second microphone, and they've gone, "Oh, didn't know you'd need two." I was like, "Mate, we're a double act."
So hang on, what do you do if you can't get a second mic? Just do it without it?
Well, we bring our own sound gear just about every gig.
yeah.
We always have it in the car, but
Yeah.
there are sometimes you can't. If you're jumping on a flight and you're flying somewhere, well, you're out of luck. But
Touch wood, we haven't had too many gigs in the last few years where they've only had one mic. One that comes to mind is we did a gig out in the country a while back and they said they've got 2 mics, and we get there's one microphone, and then on the lectern there's a second microphone in 5 bits, and he goes, there's your second mic.
What?
In pieces. Yeah, it was in pieces. Yeah, but we did...
Did it work?
We did have the...
I think we had our own in the car. So,
but yeah, that's something you'll have to contend with. I'm not sure if you and Glenn are making it a permanent thing.
No.
But the second microphone is always an issue. And even
put it this way: if I could tour with Glenn Robbins, I'll be going from my 63-seater spleen to a 300-seater overnight. But he's not keen on touring. He's not keen at all. Yeah, right. So what you're saying? So you. Okay, always 2 mics. All right.
Yeah, but usually, so even if there is 2 mics, there's usually something wrong with the second one.
Yeah.
And then it's a fight between us to see
who gets a shit one.
And it depends because we always stand on the same side of the stage. We just have
forever
that thing that's what we do. So it will depend on which side the microphone is as to
who grabs a mic.
Which microphone,
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's almost instant death sometimes for the person who gets the microphone that isn't turned up. You almost spend the whole gig. Playing second fiddle.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And whenever we can, I'm sure we've done it with you when you've been hosting a gig that we're on. We always try and get the MC to
test
turn the
out.
second mic on and test it out. Because if you're going to have some feedback or the button's not working, maybe it's better that the MC finds that out. Otherwise, they bring you on and then you have to find it out.
We did a gig a few weeks ago for the Sit Down Comedy Club in Brisbane, one of their open mic nights, and the sound tech hadn't tested the second mic, and Chris went up on stage and said, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. And he's just testing the levels on the machine.
And
as
it
I'm
blew
trying to
the
do-
eardrums out of everyone.
So then he's turned it right down and no one could hear me. So the first 30 seconds were just him trying to fix the microphone. It's a tough start from there.
It's not an easy room either, if it's in that big room.
It was tough going from there 30 seconds in. But
how can we do better next time at the Great Spleen? We were there on a Monday night, weren't we? Was it Monday night? Yeah, it was Monday night. Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, just keep being funnier. That's the key.
Keep being funnier. Come on. Well, everyone said the audience weren't great, and you went well, and I did well. So I reckon in that room, you get these days, and during the comment, quite a few tourists. People don't know what's going on, and by the second bracket, they've kind of worked it out.
Yeah,
in their heads.
And at least we did time because there was an act from overseas, and I don't know who the act was, but I don't know if it was the same night we were on or it could have been the night before. But the act from overseas bailed early, only did about 5 or 6 minutes of a 10-minute spot.
It wasn't going well.
No, it wasn't going well, and they went, you know what, I'm throwing the towel in on this. We always make sure we're ready backstage. You just never know if something's going to go wrong. Yeah,
I think that's a great thing. I think people should do that more in comedy. If it's not
definitely.
going well, just concede.
Mate, just get off.
Get off.
Absolutely. Anyway, I do that at charity gigs where they go, can you turn up and do this? I did it 1 year ago, and I go along, it's a shit fight, and I go, anyway, I do about 5 minutes ago. Anyway, guys, I'm just here to say good luck with your cause. And the guy goes, you didn't do very long. I'm like, mate, no one was listening. Like, what, you're not paying me. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, guys, go and see the Nelson Twins. You've got a website where people can find you?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, if you just Google Nelson Twins Comedy, everything comes up. Instagram, TikTok, our website, Facebook. I don't know if people use Facebook anymore.
I do. Old people do.
Old people do. We still do a little bit, but we're easy to find.
Yeah, have a look. Get them to any event. They're always fun. Mate, they'll make the night. And they're always up for photos. They don't run off. Or anything. They're always up for photos like all of us. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us on, Dave.
No worries.
It's called the deep